get it. Got the Nova here, got my best helper. We're gonna go rounds. Kool April Nights recap, here we go. Well, blue collar bullet had a pretty good weekend. I wish I could give you guys kind of an update on the Pro 600. I mean, I have data. I knew the engine would be fat and undertimed. We had that with the last Hemi, and I was worried about taking fuel out of it without checking plugs with the new ignition system, so we ran it. Qualifier 1, we go 101 with a 5 to the 60. Pretty sweet. A little slow to the middle. That's almost a personal best. I've been 101 with a 2. So I had traction control on, and I had built a nice drive shaft curve. Okay, so we just turned on ignition timing. So see these poles in here? This is it going past my traction control. You can see a little baby timing pole here. That's okay. But this stuff's hard on stuff. So in the shutdown of pass number 1, I heard a little familiar rocker noise. And those are 10-degree poles. Some of these are even deeper. Yeah, like 13 degrees, almost 20 degrees. Okay. Again, I haven't run traction control except for this season mostly. I ran it in the Dart, I don't know, 4 years ago. So going almost a personal best 60, I didn't want to mess with anything down low. So I thought, let's stack some more boost in it. So we looked at the fuel table we had, leaned it out, but I added 10 pounds of boost, which I'd have to look. I'm going to pull up some data here in a second. It made, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 more pounds of boost. And then it was in a new part of the fuel table where it was even richer and more undertimed, kind of exasperating our problem. And so we'll get to that in a second. Gabe, why didn't you leave with the other car? Well, these are qualifier passes. They don't matter. Reaction time doesn't matter. So I need to leave when my car is on the chip, on boost, and I'm not going to burn Dave down next door while my car's sitting there trying to spool. So I bump in, I take the light so he can go, and I wouldn't do that to my friend, especially, I mean, we're not racing. So anyway, I make the hit. You saw my car wiggling around. That is because I've upset the chassis because of these stupid timing poles. So, familiar noise again. Stupid timing pole, pass number 2. Break some stuff. I pull the valve cover and I got a super loose rocker arm. I think I heard a lifter. Pull the intake manifold. Pull the valve cover. I got the motor half tore apart. No, the lifter's not broken. It bent the rocker arm adjuster so bad I couldn't get it out of the rocker arm. Pulled the rocker gear off the head. Loosened my head studs. Pull the rocker gear. Had to thin wheel it. Cut it off. I had some great helpers, but I'm thrashing on this thing for like 2 hours. Make the call. Shove up there. Again, I moved the traction control. I didn't shut it off. I moved it. Let me show you guys. So still compared to pass number 1. Now the dash line, I'm a little slow here, but I'm faster in the middle, about half a second, and my RPM's up. But we're back into traction control again. Gabe, why didn't you shut this off? Well, it ran pretty good to the middle. So I moved it up. I thought I moved it up enough. This dash line's my throttle position sensor. So I'm off the gas here at 1.6 seconds. So junk pass. Going into round one, I draw Brett Williamson. He's super fast. Went, I don't know, 370s. 376, something like that. I really don't have a tune on my car. So the changes I made going into that, broke another rocker arm adjuster after that pass. So changes I made to the tune, I turned traction control way down. I left it on for half a second. I shut basically all the timing pulls after half a second off. Not basically, I did. And we looked at the plugs again, tried to lean this thing out. Obviously, I don't have any data. So we go up for round one. I left everything else alone. Not the way you want E1 to go. 3,800 RPM, 6 pounds of boost, and just stayed there. Wouldn't accelerate the motor, wouldn't build any more boost, and I was going to get timed out, so I bumped in, hoping like it would come up magically. I don't know what went wrong. Go back to the pit. It literally made no sense. I go back and mess with a bunch of fuel modifiers on my accelerator enrichment and spool it in the pits, and it made boost in 3.2 seconds. So I think I'm ready for round two. That's the great thing about racing with this group is something like that happens and you get knocked in the B side. So it's basically double elimination. And yeah, let's look at the data. You can see this dashed line and it's just petering out until I let go of the button. 6.4 pounds of boost. 6.5, 6.7, 6.9, 7.1. Woo! Look at that record holder here. All right, B-side. I draw Dan Martin in the Batman car. Now, mind you, we still haven't gone through any of this data and tried to lean this thing out or speed it up anymore because I don't have any data, which is awesome. So we line up. How'd that go? A good thing I fixed that spool up time. Watch that double bulb. Now, I probably got saved by a shake that opened his driver's door. So watch for that in this video. Poor Dan. They've been working really hard on this combo. To show you guys his slip, but cut a pretty good light. And yeah, I don't know how this race would have squared up here. Their car's running pretty good. So anyway, we're gonna go back and lean this thing out. All right, right, so what happened and who am I racing? Well, my best buddy Rich split his block in half down the middle. It's very impressive, and he was ripping in his GTO. So he used his son's bracket car, or his bracket car, to race, which is totally legal in our class. So this thing's tuned up. Me and Rich made a side bet that I would not leave early. He was going to leave half a second after the green, and I was going to wait for him. So we made a little bet. It was some fun. Tried to give the crowd a little bit of a race. So let's show you guys this data, because this is kind of crazy. So I left early. You can see by the reaction time. But you see that 60-foot number? Now, I am not saying I set a record 60-foot. No turbo car on planet Earth has ever been that fast. It's just insane. Oh, we got to go over the data. Now, watch this drive shaft number. This is super zoomed in. These are overlaid. Oops. Okay. There's a 10th. This is against my 101 with a 5 number. Now we go quarter second. We go half a second. We go three-quarter of a second. And Gabe is off the gas in 0.8. I don't know what happened. Obviously a timing system malfunction. Was it faster than a 101.5? 100%. It was faster. We know that from the G meter. We know that from the drive shaft. Was that spinning? No, sir. That was not spinning. We had this weird weather come through where, I'm not kidding, it dropped 15 degrees. It dropped 6 grains of water. I looked it up. It was like 56 grains of water, and then it was like 49. I don't know what happened. Obviously, my car made a bunch more power. It was making a couple more pounds of boost. Sorry, it was dinner time. And anyway, I'm not a moron. I'm not saying my car ran that. No way. But I know it was faster. It's making a couple more pounds of boost, but the drive shaft tells the story. It was perfect conditions. The track was so good. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to the finals. What do we do? So we go up for the finals. We're concerned that this anomaly happened with the drive shaft. So we opt to put a timing retard in there. Track might cool off a little bit. We're not 100% sure where we're running, but we got to turn around quick. So let's look at the time slip. Let's go over the data. Finals. All right. I am on the tree. 004, baby. Timing retard slowed us down. We're slow to the middle. We're slow out the back door. So I missed our perfect chance at running a number the pass before. And then I cheated myself with this timing lull. So here's the timing lull, which hit right about here. And it upset the car. See this zigzag? Got into low power tire shake. Dumb. Off the gas. 1.66 seconds. 2.79 back on the gas. So that's a pretty big pedal with a little baby throttle womp in there. Down to 53. Whoops. 31%. Womp, womp, womp. Now, I don't know how much I slowed it down, but kind of disappointing. Sometimes you just beat yourself. I don't know. I don't know what happened, you know. I don't know what would have happened. I'm sorry. You know, he went 050 on the tree. So I had some numbers on him. That pedal, how much did it slow me down? Well, we'll never know. But gave up some chances, and that tire shake, my car got out of shape, and it was going left, which is typical if you add a bunch more power. So it's worth, you know, I'm excited for the next race. I think we've got a hot rod. I can't wait to unload this on the trailer. And, oh yeah, the next thing that I noticed, hang on, this. I thought I turned my dump valves off because I shut the timer off on them. And I raced all weekend. And after analyzing data last night, my dumps were on, when I shut the timer off, because I built this little custom thing, basically, you can watch my converter pressure spike, and then it takes a couple of tenths, and then it bleeds off. So I ran all weekend with the dumps on, every pass, the entire pass. Dumb. Again, dumb. So, what are you going to do? I'm not using that as an excuse, but I thought I had shut them off, ran that way all weekend. So, I'm excited. Maybe this thing, maybe my dumps actually sped me up. But this converter is pretty amazing. Shout out to Pete Nichols for getting me this thing. Anyway, I'm excited to see what it'll do with no dumps on, because I just wanted to try it. But now I'm concerned about where it was bleeding off, and I think by the time it hits, it's probably 0.3 of a second, which is actually where I need to pick up the drive shaft to pick this thing up a little bit more. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for following along. I appreciate all the support. Blue collar bullet to the front, baby. All right, smash that like button and subscribe.